Okay, so I want to ask you something. Have you ever went to buy a new car and let's say you fell in love with a white Jeep and you really want a white Jeep, and then all of a sudden, like every third street that you go down, you see a white Jeep. Where have they been? Well, they were always there, but you just weren't looking for them. So that's exactly what I want to talk to you about today, and it's how every single day when you wake up, you can set the intention of what you're looking for every single day subconsciously, so your brain starts looking for better opportunities. Hello, beautiful, and welcome back. If you're new here, hi, my name is Maggie, and I talk about everything mindset, manifestation, spirituality, feminine energy, and setting intentions. And that's exactly what I'm going to talk to you about today. So if you're interested in any of those things, subscribe and stick around so we can build our dream lives together. So today we're going to cover the red car theory, the actual neuroscience behind it, and why looking for the good stuff every single day can make such an impact. And this one's really big, and I know a lot of people struggle with it, but it's the way that you talk to yourself and how you speak about yourself and why it is so important. So back to the red car theory. Basically what it says is that whatever you start to focus on, you will start to see more of. And it sounds very simple, right? But let me tell you what exactly is going on in your brain. Okay, so there's this part of your brain called the reticular activating system, or the RAS, and it's basically a filter. So every single day, every single second, your brain is taking in millions and millions of bits of information, and it cannot process all of that consciously. Think of sounds, sights, sensations, touch, things of that sort. And here's the part that matters to us. The RAS basically takes cues from whatever you think about repeatedly and tells us that this thing is important. I also mentioned the importance of journaling and writing things down in my last video. If you've not seen that, please go and check it out. And it talks about the RAS and how when you write things down repeatedly, you're telling your brain that this thing is super important and that we need to think about this or find this thing out in your reality. So to take this back to the white Jeep theory, your brain will now see these white Jeeps as relevant, and that's why you start seeing them everywhere. And not because there are more of them, but because your filter changed. Now think about what happens every single morning that you wake up, especially if you're not a morning person, which I cannot really. I'm such a morning person, so I'm so sorry if you are not. But as soon as you wake up and if you're like, ugh, I don't want to get out of bed, I don't want to go to work today, I don't want to do this, you're thinking all these negative things. Or here's a really good example is if you stub your toe and you're like, oh, today's going to be a terrible day. And then that day ends up being terrible. It's because not only did you speak into existence, but also you're going to start looking for other things that are just bad about the day because you started your day on the wrong foot, stubbing the toe. So when you start saying things like that, or you start having thoughts like that, the RAS will hear that, and it's going to start filtering through everything to find more of exactly what you're talking about or thinking about. So it's going to notice that person that cut you off in traffic. It's going to notice the coworker that's being a little too rude today. It's going to start collecting all the information that it can to confirm the story that you're telling it. So to hack this, as soon as you wake up, you want to try to wire and prime your brain with the best intentions for the day. So waking up and saying, today's going to be a great day. Show me how good today is going to get and show me how quickly it can get good. So not only that, but starting your day with gratitude already puts you in such a better mood. You're already showing the universe or God or the source that you're thankful for being alive. You're thankful for your body that you're in. You're thankful that you get to wake up and live another day, to move your body, to have a job, to have income, to have a house, whatever it may be. So once you starting your day off like that, you will already start to see a huge shift in not only your mindset, but your day overall. You're literally programming your filter. Remember that. This is not just a theory and it's not woo-woo. There's a whole body of research that is focused on positive psychology, and it explains exactly how this works. Martin Seligman, who's basically the father of positive psychology, found that people who hunt the good stuff actually have lower rates of depression and anxiety, higher resilience, and better overall well-being. And it's not because their lives were easier, but it's because they trained their brain differently. There's also research on something called the negativity bias, which basically is your brain giving more weight to negative experiences than positive ones. And this is all based on evolution. So our ancestors had to remember where the danger was, what berries were safe to eat, and what to do to keep themselves alive. So this is why setting intentions as soon as you wake up in the morning is so important, and remembering throughout the day that our brains are default to find the negative stuff. It was to keep us alive, and that no longer really pertains to us anymore. So by starting your day with the positive intentions of things that you're looking for and with gratitude, you are literally rewiring your brain in your subconscious mind to look for better opportunities and better experiences and better people and the magic. Just looking for the magic in the mundane. Another thing that I wanted to mention is neuroplasticity. So basically, whatever you think about, that is where your brain is going to draw attention to. There's a saying in neuroscience, neurons that fire together, wire together. So you're literally telling your brain exactly what you want, and it's going to make those pathways to find more of that thing that you want. And don't think of this at all like you're lying to yourself. You're literally training your brain and training your perception to find the things that you want more of. Setting intentions is not woo-woo. It's literally reprogramming your brain to look for the better things. You're not ignoring reality. Bad things are going to happen every single day, but it's the way that you react to them and the things that you focus on that really matters. This is literally your reality in your world. So where your focus goes, the energy will flow. So if you're going to focus on negative stuff, don't be surprised that more negative things keep happening. But if you focus on the positive things, you'll be surprised with all the good things that can happen. Okay, so now I want to talk about something that I find extremely important, and I try to help out every single person in my life whenever they do this, and I call them out on it, and it's any negative self-talk. So saying, I'm stupid, I'm dumb, mornings are hard for me, life is hard for me, nothing good ever happens for me, that type of stuff. After everything we talked about, now you know why this stuff is happening, because your brain is literally looking for that. That filter is there to keep showing you more of that, to confirm what you're saying. So let's say this is something that you're really interested in incorporating into your life. So here are a few different things that I do personally that have helped me out a ton and have really improved my life. So as soon as I wake up and I open my eyes, I go back to closing them, and I take a few moments to really think about what I want today to look like. How do I want to feel today? What are things that I'm really grateful for? Some of the things I usually go to are, thank you so much for this body. Thank you so much for this beautiful warm bed. Thank you so much for this house. Thank you so much for being alive. Being able to move my body. It is such a blessing to move my body, because it really is. And then after that, I usually say, universe, show me how good today can get, and show me how quickly it can get good. Because you'd be surprised with how much good is out there when you don't really even know what to expect, and all the miracles that can happen and all the magic that you can see when you just ask the universe and you ask God or the source to show you these signs. Don't get me wrong, I still have a lot of bad days myself, but I try to intentionally pull myself back into my reality that I have, that I set for myself, and those intentions. So if something triggers me, I say take a breath. I need to really think about what I want. Think about whatever it is that triggers you too, and like work through it. But also, that's no longer who I am. That's no longer how I would react. Not this version of myself, not in this reality. So right before you fall asleep, and as soon as you wake up, you have a few minutes of being in the theta wave state. And that's basically a bridge between your subconscious mind and your consciousness. So that's why you're still a little dreamy, it's still a little dreary, but you're also very connected spiritually to spirit, source, God, universe, whatever it may be. So being able to get out those things of gratitude, get out those intentions for the day is extremely important for this time. Well, that's literally it. You just think about it. And then throughout the day, if you're having any negative thoughts, just remind yourself, hey, it's okay. It's okay for me to have these thoughts, but these thoughts are not mine. These thoughts are not the intentions that I set for myself. Therefore, I'm going to go back to the intentions that I did set and start off there again. All right, so to recap, the red car theory isn't just a cute little theory. It's actual science that has been proven. And by hunting the good stuff, setting those intentions, speaking kindly to yourself, you can change your entire day. You're still going to have bad days. Things are going to happen, but to be intentional about those thoughts, to pull yourself back, to constantly rewire that old programming, your whole entire life can change. Your whole entire perspective can change. And not only your life, but the people around you as well. Because once you start really getting into this kind of stuff and you start rubbing off on other people, you can change an entire community. And that is literally my goal. If any of this resonated with you, or you have your own morning intentions that you like to set and you like to share with others, please leave them in the comments below. I know I've learned a lot of my stuff from other people, clearly, and I love learning and teaching about things like this. I talk to my friends about it all day, every day, and that's why I decided to make this channel so I can share more of this information with other women just like you, and hopefully grow a community of other women who want to learn about this and to teach about this and hopefully change some lives. So yeah, I want to help you build the life of your dreams, and that starts with small baby steps like setting intentions every single morning and reminding yourself that you are worthy and you are loved and you are abundant, and this life is literally what you make of it. Not the Hannah Montana song, but literally, life is what you make it. Thank you so much for being here and watching all the way to the end. If any of this resonated with you, please let me know in the comments below, or if you have any other intentions that you like to set in the morning that you would like to share with the community, please also feel free to comment. And yeah, life is literally what you make of it, and it is your reality. This is your life. You can take control of it. You deserve it. You are worthy. You are abundant. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.